Let's take a closer look at a potential winner for the 2025 Dakar Rally, the new Dacia Sandrider T1 Plus. But is it really a brand new car? Prodrive started in 2021 with the BRX Hunter for the first time in the Dakar Rally. Intention of the project was to gain experience and potentially sell the project to a manufacturer who decides to join Dakar. The Hunter was competing for 4 years and was a serious contender for the win, but always suffered from a couple of problems, so it never won overall. All details about the special and not quite ideal BRX Hunter design in my other videos. Some of the Hunter's problems were the designer bodywork with a large flat windscreen which made it hard to see when driving over dunes and heating up the cabin, the lift-producing rear end which required a draggy rear wing, side pipes which heated up the rear tires and contributed to many tire failures, spare wheel covers which couldn't be closed, suspension failures which were so bad that multiple Dakar winner Nasser Al-Attiyah flew home early last year and said he will never jump into this car again. So now Renault bought the project and made it the Dacia Works team. The cars are still designed, built and operated by Prodrive. And guess what? Al-Attiyah is still on board. The easiest strategy would have been to just give the BRX Hunter a new bodywork and change the engine, because it used the 3.5-liter Ford V6 turbo. As expected, they kept the overall concept of the car, but designed a new tube frame for the Dacia. The engine is now the 3-liter V6 turbo of the Nissan 400Z. This picture shows us quite impressively how compact the new engine is, with its 60-degree bank angle and water-to-air intercoolers on top. That's one of the reasons why the Dacia doesn't have large cooling inlets like other competitors for their air-to-air intercoolers. Instead, they have a large angled low-temperature water radiator in the front and a large high-temperature water radiator in the back. This one has 2 large fans, and instead of a large roof scoop like the Hunter, it is fed by 2 relatively small side inlets behind the doors. This inlet is then split and the lower part is for brake and damper cooling. Luckily, Prodrive labeled everything nicely for us. But in comparison, the side inlets look pretty small, and because of their position they won't always get clean air. Also, A-pillar separations could reduce cooling performance a lot. That's why Prodrive created a very smooth A-pillar to avoid any separations in this area. But also, the small lower part of the intake is feeding damper and brake cooling, which seems quite small and in return is reducing cooling flow to the main water radiator. So let's have a look how their rear dampers will perform during the Dakar. The bodywork in general is a designer bodywork again, but Dacia wanted it to look practical. The nose is pretty low, but an upper blade makes it look high. The driver can see through for better visibility. One problem of the Hunter. The windscreen is a lot steeper now and even has a designer deflector, which reduces cabin heating, another problem of the Hunter. The rear end reduces the weight behind the car, but, in combination with the rear wing, avoids too much lift, another issue of the Hunter. And they removed the side pipes and use a single exhaust at the back, so rear tire heating by the exhaust is no longer an issue. Another Hunter issue was the spare wheel mounting and loose covers. They kept the spare wheels in the same angled position, but now they focused on creating a super simple mechanism without a removable panel. The wheel can just slide inside the gap and is held by a cable at the front. When you open the door, you find a winch here. That way, the 45 kilogram wheels don't have to be lifted down and just roll out by themselves. Let's just hope they made the gap big enough for damaged wheels. Other great innovations are seat dampers for maximum G impacts, which we often see in Dakar, and heat reflective material around the cockpit. The cars also have side mirrors and cameras. In terms of suspension, they use the same design as the BRX Hunter, and let's hope that it will be more reliable this year. The drivers were very happy with the car so far and showed strong performance during the Morocco rally. Drivers said the car is easy to handle and quite agile. So how do you like the new Dacia Sandrider? And do you think Prodrive can finally win the Dakar with this new design? Let me know in the comments below and see you at the next video.